During the British rule, Western education was introduced in India. New ideas and concepts emerged in our country. Due to the distinctions of caste and gender and undesirable customs like sati and child marriage, Indian society could not make much progress. Indian thinkers, familiar with modern education, made attempts to change this situation. From this emerged the movement for social reforms. Let's study about Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was a pioneer of the social reform movement in India. He had studied various religions like Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity. He firmly believed that the teachings of all religions were the same. He vehemently criticized the customs of child marriage and sati. Due to his efforts, the British government abolished the practice of sati by enacting a law in 1829. He believed that until the education system in India was changed, society could not make progress. He advocated Western education. In order to propagate his ideas, Raja Ram Mohan Roy founded the Brahmo Samaj. He gave the message of equality and universal brotherhood to society. He is regarded as the father of modern India. Gopalhari Deshmukh. Gopalhari Deshmukh used to write in the Marathi weekly Prabhakar under the pen name Lokahitavadi. He firmly believed that education would lead to social reforms. He severely criticized people for caste discrimination and thoughtless following of religious practices. He advocated widow marriage. He launched a library movement in Maharashtra. He always insisted on the use of goods made in India. Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Swami Dayanand Saraswati was a great thinker who opposed blind faith, rituals, and idol worship. He vehemently opposed child marriage and caste discriminations. He was of the opinion that like men, women too have a right to education. In order to spread his teachings among common people, he founded the Arya Samaj. Let's learn more about Mahatma Jyotirao Phule. Mahatma Phule put forth many ideas of social reforms. He opposed caste discrimination. He opened schools in Pune to provide education to girls, women, and the Dalits. He insisted that modern education should be provided to all. He demanded that free and compulsory primary education should be provided by the British government. He founded the Satya Shodhak Samaj, and through it he made efforts to implant values of freedom, equality, and brotherhood. He said that social equality was essential for national unity and freedom of the country. Through his writings, he gave voice to the injustice inflicted upon the peasants. Savitribai Phule. Savitribai Phule was the first woman teacher of India. She undertook the work of imparting education to girls without being daunted by public opposition. She took care of orphan children. Even after the death of Mahatma Phule, she continued the work of Satya Shodhak Samaj. Let's study about Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. Sir Syed Ahmed Khan rendered valuable service for the upliftment of the Muslim community. In those days, the Muslim community lacked Western education. He convinced them of the necessity of Western education for the progress of the Muslim society. He urged the Muslim women should get Western education. He founded an educational institution in Aligarh. Mahadev Govind Ranade. Justice Ranade was the leading thinker of the social reform movement. He opposed caste discrimination. He advocated education for women and widow marriage. He tried to convince society of the importance of Western education. He strove all the time for the total upliftment of society. He emphasized the need for the industrial development of our country. Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda gave the message of service to humanity to the entire world. He taught that true religion lies in helping the weak and the poor, and in selfless service to humanity. He attacked superstition, ritualism, undesirable customs and traditions. He strongly opposed caste discrimination. He founded the Ramakrishna Mission for the service of society. Tarabai Shinde. Tarabai Shinde, in her book Stri Purush Tulana, spoke about the injustice inflicted on women. She too criticized undesirable customs and traditions. She insisted that women's miseries should end and that they should get a place of honor in society. Pandita Ramabai. Pandita Ramabai's contribution to the task of improving the condition of women is invaluable. She opposed child marriage and encouraged widow marriage. She founded the Sharda Sadan to provide education to widows. Similar ideas of social reform were put forth by Pandit Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Virishilingam Pantalu, Gopal Ganesh Agarkar, Narayanguru, Maharishi Dhondo Keshav Karve, Maharishi Vitthal Ramji Shinde, Rajshri Shahu Maharaj, etc. This reform movement was based on the values of modernity and humanity. Their ideas inspired society, and this gave birth to the national movement. Let's get more information about Pandit Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, a great social reformer from Bengal who advocated women's education. He started a movement to support widow marriage. Virishilingam Pantalu. He undertook social reform in Madras Presidency. He started the newspaper Hasya Sanjivani in order to propagate his views to the public. Gopal Ganesh Agarkar. He was the first editor of the Marathi daily Kesari. He started a newspaper called Sudharak. I will speak what is right and do what is possible, was his stand. Narayanguru, a great social reformer from Kerala, who strongly opposed untouchability, caste discrimination, and child marriage. Maharishi Dhondo Keshav Karve. He was a staunch advocate of women's education. He founded a separate university for women and encouraged widow marriage. Maharishi Vitthal Ramji Shinde. He especially worked for upliftment of the Dalits. He founded the Depressed Classes Mission. He raised his voice against the practice of Devdasi. Rajshri Shahu Maharaj. He made special efforts for the development of the Bahujan Samaj. He made primary education free and compulsory in Kolhapur state and put a ban on bonded labor.